What makes someone a hero? Is it a cape? Superpowers? Or is it something much closer to home? Today, we're talking about real people, ordinary people who changed the world. Let's go back to World War II. In the horrors of the Warsaw Ghetto, a 29-year-old Polish social worker named Irena Sendler made a choice, using her job as a cover to enter the ghetto. Her secret mission was to smuggle Jewish children to safety. She was incredibly creative, hiding babies in toolboxes and toddlers in potato sacks, leading them through sewers. She even trained a dog to bark at guards to cover the sound of crying infants. She promised parents she'd reunite them with their children after the war, a promise she desperately hoped to keep. Every day was a risk. Every child saved could have meant her death. She kept meticulous records of each child's true identity, burying the lists in glass jars under an apple tree. In 1943, the Gestapo caught her. They tortured her, broke her legs, and sentenced her to death. But the Polish underground bribed a guard, and Irena escaped. She spent the rest of the war in hiding, but never stopped her work. In total, Irena Sendler saved around 2,500 children. Her story was suppressed for decades, only coming to light when a group of high school students discovered it in 1999. When asked about her courage, she simply said, "I could have done more. This regret will follow me to my death." Now, fast forward to 2007, on a subway platform in New York City, Wesley Autry, a 50-year-old construction worker, was waiting for the train with his 2 little girls. Suddenly, a young man nearby had a seizure and fell onto the tracks. The rumble of an approaching train filled the tunnel. Wesley had second-stacked. He handed his daughters to a stranger and jumped. There was no time to lift the man out. So, Wesley lay on top of him in the narrow drainage trench between the rails, pressing them both down. The train rolled over them. 5 cars. The grease from the train smeared Wesley's cap. That's how close it was. When it finally stopped, the crowd was silent, horrified. Then a voice from under the train shouted, "We're okay down here, but I've got 2 daughters up there. Let them know their father's okay." The platform erupted in applause. When asked why he did it, Wesley was confused by the question. He said, "I don't feel like I did something spectacular. I just saw someone who needed help. I did what I felt was right." Finally, let us travel to India in 1979. A 16-year-old boy named Jadav Payeng found hundreds of dead snakes on a barren sandbar, baked to death by the sun. There were no trees to offer shade, so Jadav decided to plant one. People laughed at him. They said he was wasting his time, that nothing could grow there, but he kept planting. Every single day, for 40 years. Jadav planted trees. He carried water, protected the saplings, and lived alone in a small hut, dedicating his life to this one task. Fast forward to 2008. Wildlife officials were stunned to find a herd of elephants on the island, a place they hadn't been seen in decades. They discovered what Jadav had done. He had single-handedly grown a forest larger than New York's Central Park. Today, it's a thriving ecosystem, home to tigers, rhinos, and hundreds of bird species. Jadav, now in his 60s, still lives there, still planting. Irena Sendler, Wesley Autry, Jadav Payeng, a social worker, a construction worker, and a teenager. They didn't have special powers or grand plans. They saw a problem, something wrong, something that needed fixing, and they thought someone should do something. Then they realized, I am someone. That's the real secret to changing the world. It's not about being extraordinary. It's about ordinary people making a choice. The choice to start. Irena started with 1 child. Wesley had 2 seconds. Jadav planted 1 tree. You don't need permission or a perfect plan to make a difference. You just need to see something that matters and decide to act. The distance between ordinary and extraordinary isn't talent or luck. It's just the decision to begin. Thanks for watching. If these stories moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the best of humanity.